Hey guys, what is up? Mage here, doing another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. Today, guys, we're going to go ahead and start up the series of reviewing perks and skills, and this is on Westfield Assault. First perk we're going to review, perk or skill. In this case, it will be a perk, will be 6 cents. Now, you will see here on Westfield Assault, just a quick little FYI, this is different from the beta, so if you've seen some old beta gameplay, you'll notice right where I spawn used to be where the defending team used to defend the flag, and a lot of guys would either push into the town like I'm going to, and they would get spots, or they would sit in the ridgeline like a bunch of goddamn cowards, and they would get picked off slowly, one by one, like a bunch of dumb pigeons. Fortunately, they changed it. Now, it makes things interesting, so the assaulting team doesn't have much ground here, and they actually have to push out, they actually have to go into the town, and it's on the defending team to move, and I kind of wish they would do something similar with Melanovka Assault, but that is something for another time. Today, guys, we're talking about 6 cents, its uses, how it's used, what it's best used on. In order to understand how 6 cents works, you have to understand how the detection system works. Now, back in the beta days, when I first got in, way back in September of, I believe it was 2013 when I got in, we had 6 cents to begin with. We didn't have detection, we had 6 cents. It was there for everybody. And we didn't have it removed, I think, until November, and that was when we finally ended up with detection. Now, in order to understand what the difference is, when you are pushing, when you are moving out into the map, you see a lot of guys will move their guns, and there's only 2 ways to know if you've been detected or spotted by the OP4. One, you obviously get shot at. That's a pretty obvious way to know if you've been shot at by somebody, or if you've been spotted, they're shooting at you. The second way is you'll see a lot of people move their turrets, their guns around a lot. Now, as I had it explained to me in layman's terms during the beta, and they put it in very simple terms, and I understood it pretty quickly. I don't know if this is all the details, but it's how I understood it, and it's worked for the most part for me. Basically, the other way to know if you've been spotted is when you're moving your gun, if you happen to point your gun or turret in the direction of the person that spotted you, you will get the detection notice, the detection symbol. And that's a way to know if you've been spotted. And if they happen to be in your view range, that person or persons that have spotted you, you will automatically spot them in return. Now, with 6 cents, you don't need to do that. You don't have to turn your turret or anything. Actually, in some cases, and this is where you see some people debate it, some people have been arguing, this isn't quite like the 6 cents on the PC. On the PC version of this game, apparently 6 cents, there's a 3-second delay from when it actually will go off. Here, it seems to be instantaneous. I will get a 6 cents alert before I get a detection alert. So it seems to be instantaneous in some instances. And I've also noticed long after I lose the detection symbol, I will still keep the 6 cents bulb up. Now, what I understand from that, what I'm guessing is, I remember someone once telling me, even though the detection symbol is off, once it soon goes off, you're still on screen for the OP4 to find you for 3 seconds at least. I believe that's what everybody has told me. I don't know if that's true. That's something we're going to have to test when the training rooms are added. So bear in mind, take all of this with a grain of salt. And like I said, I lose detection long before I lose 6 cents, and I've always assumed that plays into it. And the usefulness of this is, just to give you an idea, if you like to flank around a lot, you like to passively scout, it has its uses. Another thing, if you're paranoid about artillery like I am 98% of the time, this is a good way to know if you're still on screen for OP4, or if the artillery can still spot you or see you. That 6 cents bulb will come up, and that's usually when I will start moving around. You'll see here I start darting around a little bit. I'm dealing with the T-29. He's priority number 1. Fortunately, the T-25 bailed me out. And I know I'm on screen. I'm just moving around now because I know artillery's probably going to want to hit me. So keep in mind, this is a good, I feel like it's a more efficient way to know if you've been detected. As for vehicles that it's ideal on, certainly any vehicle that you use to passively scout with or aggressively scout, that would mean medium tanks and light tanks. Typically, in order for those vehicles, in order to get the most out of them, you're always looking for flanks. You're always looking to hit the enemy team in the side or in the ass when they're not ready. I'm never looking for a straight up fight with heavy tanks. I'm always looking to hit them in the side or in their rear. They don't have the speed and maneuverability that I do, and I'm taking full advantage of that. Sixth Sense just adds another dimension. You now know if you're going to be ambushed. You now know if you've been detected a lot earlier than what you would have with just the plain old simple detection system. Certainly it's useful for scout tanks. If you're passively scouting, it still is very useful to keep yourself from getting obliterated by an enemy vehicle. For aggressive scouting, you'll probably want to use this in addition to other things. At least then you will know if you got to swerve and maneuver and all that stuff. Another thing it can be useful on is on artillery, special purpose guns. I know some people just rolled their eyes, but let's just think about this for a moment. If you are an artillery player, you will see some players get zoned out. They just sit there in their own little world. They're waiting on their team to spawn, and they can drop artillery shells on the OP4. This can be useful to let you know when you have been detected by a scout or by a medium tank that has broken through. It may give you the extra split second you need, just as it gives medium tanks and light tanks an extra split second to get the hell out of Dodge. I might also add for if you really hate Assault or Melanovka Assault in particular, and it's tough being on the assaulting team as it is on Melanovka, with Sixth Sense, I find it gives me just enough of an edge when I'm poking out, trying to get spots for my team. It gives me just enough time to back out of the fight and to avoid getting obliterated. I can save myself more for my team rather than take a risk and get killed. And of course, it's useful for tank destroyers. It's a nice way to know or give yourself a heads up when somebody has your flank. If you're a tank destroyer, you don't like it when anybody gets to your side or behind you. This will be a good way to give you a chance to deal with them. Overall, I think it's an excellent perk. It's definitely one of the first perks I think you should really consider putting on any vehicle. It has its uses for everyone. It's obviously most useful on tanks or players that love to passively scout or play aggressively. You like to push around. You like to push the envelope. You really love to test the enemy team's boundaries a little bit. This is a good perk. Alright guys, this commentary is coming to an end. Next week I will be reviewing another skill or another perk. I haven't made up my mind which one. And I will actually be sticking with this crew because quite a few of the skills and perks I have are what I'm going to review first. And then I'm going to start doing different skills and perks on my German tanks. So just stay tuned guys. There will be more stuff ahead. Catch you guys later. Peace out.